going live, and we're live. I think so, at least. Hooray! Today is a good day. I'm hanging with my good friends. Oh, hey, we are live. Hello, everybody. I am, if you didn't know already, I am Nerd Wonder, and I review comics, and I draw stuff, and I make comics, and everybody says I'm cute. And today, I'm interviewing a super badass. You can introduce yourself, super badass.
Okay. Well, hi everyone. I'm mostly known on here as Clay or Claylex. And I write for the superhero comic book, Clayman Hero of the 22nd Century, that everyone loves.
It is. It's a wonderful comic. And right now, you can read the one-shot on Tapas, completely for free. And you wrote that one too, right?
I wrote the one-shot and I wrote the crossover book, yes.
Okay, awesome. So, did you come up with this idea for the character, or was it a joint effort, or?
Yeah, I completely came up with it. It's always, when people ask how I made the concept with the character, it's always funny. And I'm like, I remember I did it back in 2018. I was working out a sweat, and then the brain juices just started fizzling, and I'm like, I got to get this character out, or at least I wanted to get something out, you know?
Yeah.
But it was just the weirdest of circumstances that I'm like, I want to make a comic. And I also want to make a comic book character.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I mean, who doesn't want to make a badass character just like yours? And if you'd like,
yeah.
I actually have set it up so we can put on the stream some of the first issue.
Sure, that's fine.
Okay, let's see here. Bam! Look at that! I actually know how to do things, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not stupid. I actually know things. Look at that! Ha ha! I really like the artwork. So,
yeah. I
have a few questions before we continue on to this wonderful comic. I'd like to know a little bit about this whole entire adventure, like the artwork, the artists. I think you have you use different artists, right?
Yeah, for the one shot I used my good friend Sunny. She's usually the artist for my friend Robert's comic book Tom and Artie, but she has worked on, yeah. Everyone keeps forgetting that, but I'm like, that's one of the comics that inspired me to do Clayman, and then for the crossover, my friend Nicholas actually did it. He also came up with Demon Hunter Raven, so it was like best of both worlds, you know?
Nice. Very nice. Okay, that's really cool. And let's see here. How long has this issue been out for? The first one shot? Was it recent?
At least 1 or 2 years, I would say this has been out. Yeah.
You guys can see it now. It's very cute. Look at this. I really like the design. I especially love the design on his face. I like his face mask.
Yeah, the mask especially, yeah, like when I came up with that, I didn't think his eyes and mouth were supposed to move, but the way Sunny did, I'm like, okay, for this one shot, I think I'll let this slide because it just, you know, Todd Howard, it just works, you know?
Yeah.
It just works for this one shot. I think, yeah, this is great.
Yeah, this is phenomenal. I really do like what's done on it. The cute little face. So in the main series, his mouth and eyes do not move.
Yeah, in his hooded costume, his eyes and mouth don't move, but with his mainline suit, yeah, his eyes move.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's
yeah.
Cool. I really love the design on his eyes and mouth, too. They look just really cool.
Yeah, the design for that, I used the Max, and I used Deku's first costume for My Hero Academia for that.
I see it! I see it
yeah.
with the teeth!
I'm surprised you didn't catch that. Like, a lot of people catch that the first time they saw the mask, especially the smile. It's like, you didn't catch... It's like, yeah.
I kind of... just the smallest bit. I was like, kind of reminds me of Decker's face, but nah, it looks like something else. But yeah, the Max. I'm not very smart at saying things.
Yeah,
but yeah,
very inspirational costume.
Yeah.
I love the costume, man.
Inspirations are just awesome. But you want to know what? We've been talking a lot about the designs and inspiration of the character, but we don't know a lot about the character, Clayman. Would you wonderfully tell us, super badass man, about your super badass character?
Okay, I'll try to make a nice summary about it.
Yay!
So, Clayman starts in the year 2118, about 100 years in our future, about in Vitorica, Wisconsin. Vitorica being a fictional location, but it takes it with 16-year-old Bobby Rob Radish, who was with his foster family. Yeah, Radish. I wanted to do that name for some reason. That last name popped in my head, and I'm like, I wanted to do something a bit silly with his last name for that. And yeah, he lives with his foster family, kind of does the typical high score life, but in the future we got flying cars, nice people, good environment, cool chrome stuff. Not all chrome, just kind of some cool chrome stuff here and there, because we got to include everything in the future is made of chrome, but not that much. But anyways, some stuff happens. He gets basically blown up, Bruce Banner style, and he gets mutant powers and becomes a mutant. But then realize, oh shoot, now there's other mutants around, other criminals from the underworld are coming in. They're messing stuff up, and he's got to do something about it.
Ah, I see. So is the same explosion that gave him powers also gave everybody else powers? All the bad guys?
When me and my editor, my assistant editor were doing it, and it's like, I don't want to spoil too much.
Yeah.
But think of it like it kind of starts off like the gamma bomb from the Hulk, but then it kind of becomes like the Big Bang from Static Shock. That's what
I was thinking. It was like Static Shock at that point.
Yeah.
Because of
I took inspiration from that, and I'm like, that'd be a really cool way to introduce the mutant factor in Vitorica.
Yeah,
so
there you go. I like it. I mean, a lot of people really like it's just the perfect way to do it. So he's all about truth, justice, and all that badass stuff, but what about his powers? What kind of powers does this man have?
I think, again, don't want to spoil, but for now he's got the typical superhuman physical attributes. I wanted to make him a little stronger than Spider-Man, so instead of going like a typical 10-tonner, I wanted to make him like 25 tons, so he can lift a lot more than Spidey. So.
Oh, very cool. So super strength is his strength. Strength is strength. I'm funny. But yeah. Let's see here. And also, chat, if you'd like to ask any questions, you may.
Yep.
About this wonderful character. But the artwork is just absolutely adorable for this, and I've seen the concept art for the main series, and it's beautiful too.
Yeah. Sorry, you go.
Oh, I was just wondering, where can we? Is the main series out yet, or
no. It's like that is a good question. To me personally, like it all depends, because Ivan Fiorelli, my artist, is a very, very busy man. He's constantly doing like 5 to 6 projects at a time, and I keep saying he is working at Marvel at the moment. He is doing an X-Men comic, so this man is a machine. I'm telling you, he's an Italian machine, because he has the time to do my stuff, and he's working on X-Men right now. Like that's insane.
It's really cool to actually have a Marvel creator working on your stuff. Like we've seen it before, and they always dish out some really good things. But especially the Italians, like, damn.
Yeah, we keep saying. I kept saying on Twitter. Everyone keeps saying on Twitter. These Italian artists, they are kicking everybody's like thing, and the art. Like, they're doing it fast, and they're stylizing it too.
Yeah, like that's what I want to learn from. Like I'm like, damn, I went to the wrong art schools. Like, dude, why go to America when I could have went to Italy?
Yeah.
Like, damn, they're doing it.
Yeah, no wonder.
Heavy respect.
What's the progress? What's the progress on the next issue? Like issue 2? Well, right now with issue 2, the script is semi-finalized. I'm waiting till the art's finished and stuff. Basically, waiting till issue 1 is finalized, and then I'm gonna get my assistant editor to have a look at the issue 2 script, and then we'll go and start art on issue 2.
That's gonna be really cool. So, can you read issue 1 yet?
No, unfortunately not yet. Like I said, right now we got. I'm trying to remember. I think I got page 7 done art wise, and patrons for my Patreon can see pages 6 and 7's like final art stage. It's like right now it's only like $2 on Patreon. You can see it.
Yeah, no, I've seen some of the concept art. Like, guys, this is drop dead gorgeous. Like, it makes me drool.
Yeah.
So I am very excited.
Yeah. And that too is like it's crazy because like I love it too when artists, especially like with Ivan, that he could take my stuff and then he could just like improve upon it 110%.
Yeah,
and it's like, okay, can you do it like this? And he's like, okay, let me just like add a little more to it, give me some final touch-ups, and it's like, oh my god, this is so good.
Yeah, like Purity introduced me to Bosco, and so I chased Bosco around. I'm like, Bosco, tell me how to draw, and he's all like, you already know how to draw, and I'm like, no. No.
Just like curiosity, where's all the work for the comic done? Concerning, well, if you're asking like where all the progress goes, if people can see it, well, like I said, I think it's like kind of Twitter and then Patreon. Like Patreon is like again for people who want to see beyond like pages 5 and then like the bonus page I put out. How many pages am I intend issue 1 to be? I think it was around 24 to 27. Like I think me and my assistant editor, we did add some additional pages in to add more context in for the last like 3 to 5 pages. So like that's cool. That's like that was cool. I like to me, I'm keeping it. Like I don't mind about kind of evening out the comic page numbers, but yeah, like we really I think dealt the final sequence in stride. I mean, people loved the bonus promo page. You know, the one where Rob is carrying Dylan, the cop, and away from it. People really like that. So,
nice.
Any plans? Let's see. In studio, are you just a regular desk area? Wait, for me or for Wonder?
I think they mean for you, for the for where you make your comic.
Oh, yeah.
People
actually. Yeah, if people are thinking I write my stuff, like write, like in paper and pencil, no, I type all my stuff. I use Google Docs for my writing format, and I use Grammarly to fix my grammar, and I sometimes use, let me check, I use Blambot Comic Script Basics to, like, make sure that I'm using the format right. And again, people, please go to Blambot. They are one of the best services to help with your scripts, and they do free fonts that you can use for your comics and stuff.
Okay, that's actually really like I should check out Blambot because I'm getting ready after I finish up the last batch of storyboards. I'm gonna start drawing and so forth, and then we'll definitely need it. I have a.
Well, let's see. Oh, sorry, you go.
No, you go.
Oh, yeah, I was just answering people's questions. It's like, any plans on having a crossover in the future? Well, 2 factors on that. Number 1, we're still doing Demon Hunter Raven Part 2. Nicholas is done mainly with the line art. He's doing coloring and shading, and we'll do lettering, so that's going to be cool. For the, how could I get the one-shot crossover? In the future, people, don't forget, I'm still planning that Second Chance Kickstarter. Just gonna wait for, like, a variety cover for my printer guy, Skinny, to, like, do his IRL business, and then we'll see how that goes. Again, I want to try to expand more in that, see if we get some bookmarks and trading cards, and I have paid 2 artists already to do variety covers. The one shot is done. Waiting on my friend Toasty to be done with the crossover one. That one is really good. I think you people are gonna love that one especially.
I know that one of the crossovers is right now online that you can check out. I actually put it in the description down below on this stream. If you can't see it here, it will, when the stream comes up, just to watch whenever, it's going to have that.
information on there, so you can definitely see the one shot that I'm showing right now and the one of the crossovers.
Yeah, and the second like thing regarding crossovers too, I am making a comic crossovering all my original characters and my brother's character called Dimensional Warriors. But right now that's in a work in progress state because if I had more money, to be honest, I definitely shell out more art promo stuff. But again, I want to be reasonable, use my money, and just pay Ivan for now for Clayman stuff.
No, that's understandable. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, yeah. That is a very good question too with the printing.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if Skinny he can answer your question with that because he is my printer guy. He to me he did a fantastic job. It was a little bit delayed, but like I said, he did a fantastic job and he did like, you know, he kind of went a little out of pocket, but he did his darn best to get out people's comics. And again, I want to thank everyone who supported me on the Indiegogo for being very, very patient about the books. Hopefully, when I do the Kickstarter, we'll be able to get out books more quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome, Xander.
Hello. Yeah, I really. Do you have also a colorist?
Oh yeah. In terms of for the one shot. For the one shot, Sunny did that, and I kept saying to it, Sunny, she is one of the best colorists in the indie comics industry out there. Yeah, and Nicholas did his own coloring for the crossover, and Ivan too is doing coloring. So like,
that's awesome.
I for now it's like the only time I'll probably do a separate colorist will probably be for Dimensional Warriors.
Okay.
I'll probably get Sunny to do it because again, her coloring is just fantastic, and I just want to work with her more.
No, it's brilliant. This is her stuff. I like the little Kermit plant dude. He reminds me.
Oh, hey, Sarah, welcome.
Of Psychic Pebbles and Kermit the Frog mixed with a plant.
Oh my god, yeah. What was it? The plantoid. I think that's what they're called. It's like he freaking what was it? I called him Victor, and I did not expect. I made it as a joke with Sunny. Is like her mascot, the little shark.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm like, we gotta have Victor and the little shark dude fight. You know, do a little monkey thing from Simpsons.
Oh yeah, the monkey knife fight. Everybody.
Yeah. Good times.
Yeah, I really love the artwork and the action into this. It's very cute. I like the little robot dude, and how they have a good relationship, which showcases like this is the future. It's cool. It's like things are kind of new, but the classics are still here.
Yeah, that's the thing that I like too when Sunny did it, and we were going for the concepts. Is like, as at least especially with Fatorka, Wisconsin, it's kind of good, keeps a good balance that yes, it's 100 years in the future. Yes, there's futuristic stuff, but at least in that city, people respect the modern, the old modern and oldish type stuff.
Oh, I really do highly respect that. Let's see, I'm looking up some stuff. If there were any questions before.
Yeah, take your time.
Yeah, I'm looking up stuff if there was any on the Twitter.
There's what was it too? Yeah, it was like the if people are curious about like, oh, did you use any references for the robot? I'd be like, yeah, I used the Disney robot from Star Wars. Remember the Star Tours? Yeah, I used that one.
Oh yeah, that one. I remember back in the day.
Yeah. Oh, I missed that one.
When I was like 5 or something.
Me too. Well, I was free actually. I was free when I went to Star Tours.
There was like a guy, and he would like, he would chill somewhere in the back, and he would do a microphone, so he'd say stuff. So then you'd be like, "Oh my gosh, it's real!" because it's saying stuff, and it said something about my little brother's hat or something, and we're like, "Oh, so cool!" But yeah, like.
Oh, cool. So realistic.
Like, oh man, that robot was awesome. Just gonna say that. But yeah, like
what's the story with the hyena? Well, first of all, that's a girl. Secondly, not much for now. I think I called her Rebecca. yeah, I was like,
That's an evil
what?
biological animal. The hyena joke for
Yeah.
anybody that gets it.
No, yeah, but if people keep forgetting that, like, with how, like, how these evolved animals, plants, and robots live in harmony with humans. It's like, yeah, like I said before a while back, like, not exactly a spoiler, but 100 years ago, back in like 2018 in Clay's time, there was like this kind of big explosion, very similar to the mutagen wave that kind of caused animals, plants, and robots to like have their intelligence. Well, for the robots it was intelligence, but for the animals and plants it was their physical forms to evolve like almost like millions of years, like kind of like us with the caveman and all that other
Yeah.
stuff.
There's like there was another series I remember that said that which was called Star Power, which I really liked. They ended up discovering, what was it, when humans made contact with aliens, it's like 500 years in the future or something like that. When they finally made contact with aliens, it was just like with new technology, it was found out azaleas were sentient, like the plants.
Yeah, cool.
And so they actually, so now azaleas just run around on these little hover things with little translators. I don't know, it just reminded me of that. Like, they still can't do anything, but it's like, there's
what are some interesting facts you could share about the villains? Well, I know they're going to be, some of them are going to be OP as hell. I'm not going to lie about that. I think, like, reminds me, when I was doing the concept for, I wanted to go with an interesting first super villain for Clay. When I was making, like, Black Raccoon, aka the Raccoon Boy, that's who's also a weeaboo boy. When I first came up with him, I was like, okay, who can I use him as a base? And I was like a huge like Donnie Yen Ip Man fan at the time, so I'm like, I can use him as a base. And the sword idea came when I was watching Blade 2. Because yeah, people keep forgetting Donnie Yen was in that, and he had a sword, so I was like, okay, I can use that, for him. And and not to go too spoilers, even though he runs like a kind of Japanese Yakuza, but he's kind of like hiding it in this philosopher's facade, kind of feeling like, oh, I'm actually good. It's like, no, I'm not. I'm actually an asshole. But it's like, oh, the plot twist, he's actually half Chinese. So if his Yakuza goons found that out, yeah, there'd be some repercussions about that.
I think this is, like everybody's saying, it's a really nice idea and concept. I like the story, I like the characters. I really like all the little aliens and mutants and the robots. I really like this little robot guy. He's cool. I like him.
Yeah, that was funny too with the alien. Yeah, that was funny too with the alien thing, because I was actually freaking out a little bit, because I'm like, okay, we don't really have aliens yet in Clayman, so I just made it like I made up on the spot that it was an alien convention. So that's why people look like the way that they do. Maybe through tech that they maybe change their form, or maybe they're wearing cosmetics, that kind of stuff. So it's just like, yeah. So make it clear, those aren't aliens. They're just people coming from an alien convention.
Okay, I thought that all the aliens.
Yeah, because like Clay, he did say it was like he was talking about the alien convention happening.
Okay. I thought that meant there were aliens coming in and it was like a convention for them. But yeah, like, that makes more sense. Oh, I like the little robot's little ooh face. It's like, ooh, it's so cute. Sorry.
Yeah, I think my favorite one, I think you just said, was the little slime baby. That one was pretty cute.
Slime baby. Oh, this slime baby right there?
Yeah, the slime baby that's like near the one when Clay's fighting the giant ass porcupine.
There he is. Oh,
I think everyone kept making Sonic jokes to me after I did that.
Yeah, I hate to say it. I was looking at the porcupine. I was wondering if you were gonna have it say "Gotta go fast." I was like, okay, you did it though.
Yeah. Wow, we're getting some good people in here. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, BMR, Sauron, Green October, Mata, Prime.
Yeah. rolling here. Does anybody want to
Yeah.
ask anything to Claylex?
Yeah. Any more questions? I don't mind. Keep going.
Oh, I got additional pictures. Very, very cute. I like it. Like it. We'll go back up. We'll go back up and then. Ah! Yeah. Yeah. Where's that? Yeah. 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 I'm smart. I can do this. There we go. On, go back to this.
Oh, hey, welcome, Crown Scrooge.
Oh man, everybody's just coming in. I like how people are just like really enjoying this whole entire franchise and so forth. Well, I guess it's technically not a franchise yet, but it's a cool series.
Yeah.
And a cool concept. And it's wonderful.
Yeah.
Also, this one shot has been very, very nice. I also really like the text that you use, so I definitely will have to go and check out that website that you suggested.
Oh, the font?
Yeah, the font. All the font.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to remember. If you're going to what is it? I don't know if you ever got the relettered stuff, because if you want to know about the relettered fonts, that would be to Skinny did that. But if you want to do the original font, I think who was it? Micah Myers, I think, did it. He's the letterer to Tom and Artie. So if you want to talk to him about that, go ahead.
Okay, maybe I will. That's pretty cool. Alrighty, well, I think we now need to ask all the people. Do you guys have anything to ask? Or did we answer everything? Because I bet there's lots to ask. Lots more to ask. Actually, I got a question. How did you meet?
Sure.
How did you meet Marvel artist?
Ivan, it's I felt. Let's see. This is a good story. I like too. Ivan was only about 500 followers on Twitter. It was just random circumstance, and it was about a year and a half ago, I think, or maybe even 2 years back, and we just kind of hit it off. I was I looked at his art and I'm this man needs to be my artist for Clayman. So it was we kept going back and forth mutually about oh, your art's cool. He's thank you. I'll spread this around. And then his numbers just started fluctuating. He's how are you doing this? And I'm I'm just spreading it around,
No,
and then I built up.
You, my friend, have a superpower.
Yeah.
Superpower.
Yeah, people keep saying that too. I don't know, I'm like Luffy or Spider-Man, where they're you not only influence people, but you also maybe in hindsight you kind of strive them to make them be better. If maybe there was something wrong with them, it's yeah, I gotta do better than this. And I'm guys, I'm not that influential yet. Maybe yet, but I don't want the influence to go to my head,
Okay, fine, maybe, but that's Naruto levels of Taki no Jutsu.
Yeah, Naruto inspires everybody. Let's see.
Gotta earn that Taki no Jutsu, though.
Yeah, let's
How
see.
many books did he see till he got it?
Zarek just asked, how am I? I'm I'm doing great. He always asks this every time I stream on Twitch. Anyways, is Clayman my favorite, or is there a side character I like more? Yeah, that's a good question. Again, I amongst my top 10 or top 5 favorite original characters I made, Clay is number 1.
Whoa, that's...
It's I've sculpted this guy for 3 years, had multiple artists, tried to find the one. I found it via Ivan, and it was just ugh. It's oh, does Clayman in Universe have any fanboys of his own? I'd say his sidekick Wendell is one. Definitely a fanboy. His I think later on in part 2, I don't know if I want to go maybe an obsessive fanboy villain, or maybe have someone be jealous of him and then do some kind of reverse Flash situation or trying to frame him, whatever. I that wouldn't be a bad idea, but I gotta wait till I fully develop part 1 and finish that first.
Sweet.
Yeah, okay. Again, calling my one-shot Spider-Man quality is really, really nice. Yeah, because obviously, yeah, well, that's another thing too. Is like I got inspired a lot by Spider-Man and Batman Beyond to do, that. So that was cool.
I honestly really enjoy it. It does seem like a comic I would find in the comic book shop. No lie.
Yeah. I'm gonna I think I genuinely cried when I first got it in my hands, and I got it to my family and extended family and my friends. And if it does get into a comic book shop, I want my brother to record me taking it. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry again.
No, I've heard this like a bunch of people that are in the indie. They're like, never have I thought I could go here. Like you did you ever see that tweet by Tim Lim?
Oh no, what do you say about that?
No, okay. You know how Common America is getting, around the place?
Oh yeah, and especially with the freaking billboard, that one was cool.
That's the one. He literally states, I never thought I would see the day where a character of mine, Common America, is on a billboard.
Yeah, and that's fantastic.
He was just so moved. And it's like, we're doing it, man. We're all doing it. You're gonna make a comic that's gonna make
I so wish I could go. Yeah, I so wish I could go to what is it, Texas? I think
Bell County. Yeah.
I so wish I could go to Texas to go to that show. I'd even wear the shirt I got from what was it, Ninja Arcade, with all the other OC characters with Clayman in it. So then I'd be like, hey, I'm that guy.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Never got that t-shirt. I'll need to get it sometime. But yeah, I'll go on your behalf. I'm technically already going.
Okay. Yeah.
I like.
Oh yeah, right. You're from Texas, right?
Yeah. I actually.
Oh yeah.
That's actually how I met. This year, I met Malin, Tim, Matt down there and stuff. That's where I met them because Tim told me, he's like, "Hey, you going to Bell County Comic Con?" I'm like, "Oh, I didn't know there was a con. When is it?" This week. And this was 2 to 3 years ago or whatever. I'm like, I got nothing better to do. Drove on down. Best decision of my life. I was like, hell yeah. And then I got to meet I got to meet a lot of people. It was really cool. Richard was there. Your boy Zach. So that was kind of cool. I was like, damn, he's here. And then 1 year Ernst showed up, which was really cool.
Yeah, it's hard for me to me personally, it's hard to get into comic conventions because I live in New Jersey and to me personally, where I'm we're the bottom barrel of comic conventions in terms of I feel bad for everyone right now. I'm just saying it's I was in Tim and Mark's scenario where it's we're doing this New Jersey convention. It's to be honest, I don't think a lot of people would show up only because it's New Jersey. It's a tough
Utah.
state.
I used to live in Utah.
Exactly.
We had one anime convention and comic book convention.
Yeah, right.
It was a college convention, and it was it's what you had. You literally had to fly out of the state to get anywhere. But I mean, are you close to New York? Then again, theirs are super expensive.
Me and my bro can easily go to New York if worse comes to worse because speaking of, if again I'm not saying anything about it, but if there is a Comic-Con in September, October, I think I don't know if it's still
they're
in New
doing
York.
It this year and New York, but they came to
I will say this personally. I will try my very darn best to go to Comic-Con New York with my brother. If he doesn't, I will totally go with him. Yeah.
Last year I went. It was a blast. Not this year because they did not alert us early enough. Purity and I like to go and bother everybody. She likes to make jokes about what happened last year. But yeah. I apparently made somebody run.
Why? Because they were oh my god, it's Wonder. I can't tell what.
I don't know. It was Mark Wade. He took one look at me, and I was like, "Hi, Mark," and then he ran, and then he briskly dashed away. Oh, hi, Mark. And then he dashed away, and she was laughing I think I recall her laughing. It was like, I've never seen a man run that fast. And
Yeah,
I've
I
also
think the
never
last-
seen a man try and keep away from you.
Yeah. The last convention I was in
Yeah.
was what was it? The last convention I was in was probably Anime NYC. I think that's what it was called.
Mm.
Yeah.
That
The
sounds fun.
one thing I regret is that like there was this Twitter artist that was
Yeah.
there, and I completely got to like go there and introduce herself and all that because
Yeah.
she makes a really nice werewolf comic on Tappet. Yeah, I think it was Tappet or Webtoons, and I'm like, fuck, I missed her. I'm
Dude,
like,
I know that feeling so bad.
you know, and that too. I was at a New Jersey convention, and I was like, I saw one of the main storyboard artists for the old He-Man, the '80s one, and Brave Star, and again, I'm like, fuck, I missed them.
Don't worry.
Let's see,
There's
favorite
always a
story arc
chance
so
again.
far I could talk about. Yeah, mainly I think if I had to say an arc, quote unquote, probably like issue 1 to 7 with Clayman, I guess like Clay's beginning arc, I'd call it. Don't quote me on that. That's not the official arc name. I don't really go by manga arcs type, you know. I can name it, but I don't really like do it like a manga story arc naming format, you know.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, it's not a problem at all. It's everybody's different, and this is anyway a comic.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's understandable. I'm just really excited, honestly, and it's awesome that your artist gets to work on X-Men, and I get it that we're gonna have to wait a little bit longer because he's working on two
like
comics at once.
August, I think it's coming out. So
That's awesome. I'm hyped. I guess we'll have to support it.
Yeah, it's like I said, like I'm not. I told
for-
people like I'm not a Marvel DC guy much anymore, but I will bite the bullet and like buy this at least just for Ivan to support him.
Yeah, like I totally get that, but most of it, like what I'm in right now is why read mainstream where they yell at us all day, and it makes sucky comics when we could go indie. Look at all these indies. Look at your indie. Look at their indie. Look at this indie. Look at that indie. And they're cheaper and they're more fun. And then I get a little tiny keychain. And then I get a sticker. And then I get this book. And then the book is signed. And then it's all awesome.
I'm gonna be like again that too. If like reminds me what is it? With I don't know for something Xander said. I'm like if for some reason or no, I think I saw this on Twitter. Someone said like, oh. Imagine, like, you're in a convention, right? And it's like you're going to do that signing, and then all your followers, your true followers, come in. And then, like, I realize I'm like, I got 1,000+ people that, like, support me. And I'm like, I'm going to cry when I see all of them.
Yeah.
I'm just, like, cry on my desk and be like, just give me a minute. I can't right
no,
now.
I totally get you. Like, Agent just said that we may disagree at times. He and I, but, he'll support me. And honestly, that's what I want in life. It's like we don't need to agree. In fact, I don't want everybody to be yes men. I want you to pose me. I want you to say no. I want to make sure that I'm doing something right or I'm doing something wrong. And I don't ever want somebody to like hide their feelings. Okay? If you disagree with me, yeah, totally. I could still be your friend. Like honestly, like people need to understand you can disagree and with a lot of things about somebody, but you can love them anyway. Friendship.
It's stupid magic.
We'll do it together with the power of friendship. Maybe that's why I like the Blake Chronicles Rex so much.
Oh god, it's like and also too, I keep forgetting, if you guys also have questions too about my other comic projects like Sins or Pony Warriors or Dimensional Wars, like feel free to. I don't mind talking about that too. I still get shocked when people ask me to sign my book for the I forgot, yeah, I sign my books with everybody. Like everybody that got my book physically, well, in terms of my family, extended family and friends, they asked me to sign them, and then like actually yeah, it was at a Christmas party. I did that. I cried, and everyone did the awe thing because I held the pen. I was shaking, and
That's so wonderful. I'm actually serious. That is awesome, man. Like yeah,
and then,
but you did it. You're making a comic. You're doing great, man. You're doing great. People, like, dude. You're doing things.
You drive or buy a plane ticket to go,
What?
and then I'm actually crying right now. Shoot, because Sarah's comment. You'd go to buy a plane ticket just to see me.
If there's ever a Clayman
My favorite Sin character, probably Pride Malik is my favorite because I love the doing that.
Hey,
Sorry.
Clay.
Yeah.
If I ever finally successfully make US Comic Kit, would you come to Comic Kit to sell Clay comics?
Where's that convention or?
I'm making a convention. I don't know how. I'm doing my best. People are teaching me how. It's just about artists, mostly people making comics, and you sell your comic there. That's it.
Sure.
And then you do workshops and stuff, and you just talk about your comic. Nothing else. It's just a place for people to come in and buy comics that are indie. Like, you own a comic, you get to sell it. And I want all the people that are making comics, no matter if I agree or disagree with them, I want them to come. And and I think more people should be able to ask for autographs of your comic, because it's very good. Like, dude, it shows a lot. Like, your family came up to you and asked for autographs. They don't.
If my folks and my brother, if he did that, and if they see me, and they saw me, I'm actually crying right now. If they saw me, I'd be so proud. Like, they'd be so proud of me.
You're doing it.
Yeah.
Dude.
I'd be so happy.
I know. It's so good. Dude, you're living the dream, and you never stop living that dream, okay? You keep going.
Yeah.
And you're going to keep going, and you're going to put your heart and soul into this, and this is why this comic's going to be amazing. Don't listen to the haters. Don't listen to them. They don't know anything about you. You are amazing, and you are wonderful, and you are a brilliant person, and look at all this work. Look at all this work you did. Look at it. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
You're doing
a free 4 years of work.
Yeah, like, you understand it takes time, and you're patient.
Yeah.
You work hard. You do this stuff. You write, but you also make sure to help support other people. And you see beauty in people, and you find the shining diamonds that are in the abyss, and you pull them out, and you show it to the world. You help people, and you inspire people, and that's something to be proud about. And especially if you make an amazing comic. No, I'm actually serious, dude. Look, you inspired people, you motivated them. You motivated your artist, and look at him. He's not only making your comic, he's making X-Men comics. Now he can, like, be like, hey, I'm working on a cooler comic. Because, like, let's face it, like, the X-Men comic is probably going to be rid of, like, trash. But it could be like, at least I'm working on Clayman.
I kept saying with that too. Like, if you want to, like, if people, okay, please, guys, just because I cried, I don't want to make other people cry too over it, please. But yeah, I kept saying, like, I'm if with X-Men, if, like, I'm going to I'm just gonna, like, at least buy it for the art, like I said, to support Ivan, at least.
Hey, there's a New England con called MiniCon that Matthew helps host. New England's. Is New England near? Kind of New Jersey, maybe? That's Maine.
But I think it's in, New England, yeah, it's in, don't tell me. It's in Boston or no Rhode Island or
yeah, it is in that area. But yeah, he says it's every October. You can stop by there.
Yeah, I would stop there if that's a good question. I would stop there if I'm only a few states away, but I don't know if I have the money for that. Oh, it's in Nebraska. Oh.
That's
like a mid-state.
Dumb. I saw
Indy and
I thought New England.
Yeah.
I am stupid. I am sorry, Matthew. That is Bishop.
Okay, Skinny, you're not wrong. Use Matthew as kind of a selling point that, oh, he's working on Marvel. Actually, yeah, I did tell people. I kept telling people, yeah, he's working on an X-Men comic. He's drawing and coloring it. Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty humble of you too. You're
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, he's busy.
Okay, yeah.
What's he doing?
As much as I'm kind of like I said, as much as I'm staying away from complaining and kind of talking about Marvel and DC, I'm not gonna disclose some facts that, oh, my artist is working on this. I'm not gonna disclose it. Look, if you're working on Marvel or DC comic, all power to you. Like, do what you gotta do. Put
Mad
food on the
respect.
table, all that other stuff.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I can't blame him, but at the same time, at least he gets to go. I mean,
Yeah, at least you got money. Yeah.
I mean, no, I was gonna say at least he gets to, draw for.
Yeah,
a comic
Lupin the
that
Third, best
98%
show ever.
will be a better written thing. I'm sorry, no offense to Marvel, but dear Lord, they can't write.
And if people, like I said, if people don't disclose the artists at least, because they didn't write the comic, they just drew it like
poor
that.
people. Like, I think a lot of us have actually pitied them, especially if they're out of the country. It's like, no, guys, why would you do that to them? This is the first time, and you make them do this trash. You're terrible. But yeah,
that's like,
you guys are both living the dream. You have magic powers. I think.
I think it's use that to your advantage. And why complain? We could talk about stuff in your life. That's true, Skinny. That's true. Let's see. I was gonna say too. Shoot, I lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
I guess. No, it's fine. It's just again, I guess if I'll say is I do love some of these artists, but again, it sucks when oh, they have to do this or that, and then it's you're not really writing them to their fullest potential,
Yeah.
Some of these writers.
Yeah,
It's why it's why you should use references, and why you should sometimes don't be afraid to, again, like I said, writers can use references too to make up scenes as they go. There's no ill will against that.
Definitely not. I think that people just need to chill a little bit. A lot of people are angry. Maybe that's why their comics are getting kind of lousy. It's calm down, be happy, go outside, see a tree. Trees are nice. Drink a soda, walk outside, pet a cat, pet a dog, have a good time, have friends. I don't know.
Oh man,
I'm just trying to be chill.
That Lupin the Third game, yeah, I remember that. I actually had the Game Informer cover with that, and I never played it. Yeah. Yeah, Lupin the First. Yeah, I watched that at least 2 or 3 times.
You mean Lupin the First?
The movie. I mean, Lupin the First.
Oh
the
yeah,
first.
I own it.
Yeah,
I own it.
I think the why I think it's so amazingly epic is probably because it's they take it's 3D. It is a 3D CGI movie. We know that. Yeah. But it's so dynamic and toony.
Yeah.
Especially Lupin. How did you guys to be it's it's kind of like with Hotel Transylvania.
Yeah. Well, that's Gennady Tartakovsky that did it, right? That one.
Yeah. I actually, speaking of, I kept thinking, did Tartakovsky work on this or something?
Yeah, the thing is, a lot of people will do it very stiff and so forth, they have the formula, but don't forget, Monkey Punch, Lupin is very honored in Japan, so they're well, if we're gonna do it 3D, we have to do it Lupin. I was actually scared when I heard about it, because I was how do you do that? Because we're all oh great, they're all gonna have that CGI look, and it's gonna be lame.
CGI stiff mess.
But it's so perfect. They just went, all right, let's do it, and they're just do it like Lupin, and it works so well. They still gave it some realism to it, but they made sure it worked really well, and I love it. It's just bouncy and fun, and it's this is what, and it brought me back to loving Lupin again. It's yeah, Lupin is the coolest, and that's why I keep complaining on the internet. I'm listen guys, Lupin could beat Batman, and I'm still gonna say that he could beat Batman any day of the week.
if he could get away from like a kid detective, or technically he was kind of kid
Conan?
detective, like Conan. I'm like, yeah, he can totally beat Batman.
Like he actually, yeah, he got away, didn't he? I never
Yeah,
read,
he did
I
get
never
away.
watched the crossover. I wasn't able.
Yeah, he
to.
did. I'll say it, like he did get away, and he wasn't even afraid to like we go with the
You know,
uh
there's a letter by Monkey Punch. The creator of Detective Conan got a letter from him because he was like he wrote it and stuff, and he was like, man, I hope that he's okay with that part with Fujiko. Like, oh man, he's gonna probably hate me. And then he gets a comment about that from Monkey Punch. He goes, nice.
nice.
It's like, yes. And he's
It's
and
funny
I framed
too.
that in my wall.
It's funny too out of context because like seeing Lupin point a gun at a child like Conan, and I'm like, but people don't forget too, because in the manga anime, Conan went through situations like that all the time.
Yeah.
So it's like they didn't give a shit if a kid got hurt or a gun pointed at. Yeah, no, it's like that he went through that all the time.
Like, Lupin's just a really fun series, and I just like. I love a lot of anime and manga and stuff. And
Yeah.
I guess that also apparently that reflects in my work myself. So, yeah.
Yeah, Skinny's not wrong when the Lupin the first animation, it looked more like stop motion animation than it did CGI.
Yeah. Myself, I really did see it as more like they were trying to make it as live actiony as possible. But like to me, it seemed more realistic, but still had that cartoony flair.
I know, right? I'm like, how did you guys do that? How did you make? How did you make it so realistic, but make it also like still give it that 2D tune?
If I could write like, Dear Japan, your Lupin first movie, please keep doing that. I love it. Also their Netflix Gundam movie. Look at the backgrounds, and you will just drool. Like, I know that some of them are probably just real photos, but the way they implement them properly into the story and the characters around it, just, they fit so well. It doesn't look like they're just stuck on a Photoshop piece. It's like, wow, this actually works. And the scenery is beautiful. There's this whole entire thing where they get in the Gundams and you see the glass of the ships and stuff. And it's beautiful. Like, oh, it was so good, man.
Let's speak of beating Batman. One Piece beat Batman sales. Yeah, we knew that. Like, they're climbing up to Superman. They're gonna beat Superman. I know that.
Look. Look. This is what happens when you're a bitch. Wow, I'm not supposed to curse on my channel, but yeah, like. Listen.
I'm from Jersey, so I have to curse, otherwise my jeans just kind of fall flat.
The industry has just become too upstuck. And we're and now it's just denial or whatever, where they're like, manga sales are doing well, so comics are doing fine. It's like, no, the house is on fire. Please put it out. It's like, well, the yard isn't on fire. Yeah, the yard isn't on fire, but the house is.
Yeah.
So,
it just reminds me. Yeah, it just reminds me too that a random thought, but it just reminds me in terms of comics, we shilled the hell out of events so much that it's like it's beating a dead horse, and I'm like, and Marvel and I know Marvel and DC. Again, I hate saying it, but it's like that's what they do. I keep making. I didn't say it first, but someone said it'd just be a good idea to maybe make one event, 2 tops per year, in your comic storyline, if possible. But don't do it forcefully. Just do it gracefully.
Well,
exactly.
Yeah, if you read their older stuff, events used to be very special. Because,
Infinity, basically the Infinity War, that was great. People were
or Secret Wars, the original Secret Wars, that was a big one where they actually all merged and it freaked people out. But now it's a dime a dozen because they need that fix. They need that boost in sales. So every time you see an event, it is literally desperation to keep them alive, which is so sad. And they're like, no, comics are doing fine. Stop denying it. You literally have to do an event because you need the whales to buy your stuff. Yes, whales. We all know. Listen, we all know the free-to-play video game market, and we already know that you've been marketing that stuff since the 90s.
And it's also the thing too that people are also people are also getting sick of like world-ending events, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I think people could still do it, but again, stick to the event thing.
Yeah.
Just do it gracefully, build it up, and you know, if people do want to make comics or make like events more low mid tier threat, maybe just a grocery store robbery or a citywide threat or even a countrywide threat that doesn't affect the entire planet, then hey, go for it. But again, don't be afraid to do that world event as long as you write it well and you paste it in
Yeah.
properly that people are gonna get excited and got excited for it. You know,
Well,
it's not that hard.
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
They're not going to
pace it.
listen to us, so the only way to do it,
Yeah.
to get them to
Just
actually
do our
do
own.
this,
Fine,
is
we'll
to-
do
is
it
to make
ourselves.
our own. We need to smack them in the face with our own work, and then be like, "Oh look, I did it. What now? What now?" And that's what you're doing. You're making an amazing comic, and I'm gonna work very hard to make a very good comic too, and I hope it'll be almost as good as yours.
Did Stan Lee really say that quote? I just write what I like and figure someone else will like it. That's a good quote. That's a good quote. If
Yeah.
Lee actually said
It
that.
weirdly reminds me of what is it? The guy that writes Claymore. He had an interview and he said to somebody, it's a weird statement and it could go either way, I guess, but it was an interesting one. He says try and make something that nobody has ever come up with before, whether it be good or bad. I don't know. He said it better.
Yeah, it's like I can see what he's saying, because yeah, if like on another person they'd be like, oh, but nothing is original. We all borrow something from someone.
Shut the hell up and
Well-
just do shit, man. It's like that.
Yeah.
Like, why can't I just do it? It's like, no, yours is just a blatant copy. Like when, what is it? Like
Yeah.
everybody's like copying Sailor Moon. It's like everything is whatever. It's like, yeah, but it's never this blatant.
I actually borrowed a bit of Sailor Moon for Pony Warriors. That was fun.
That's fine. I just
Yeah.
he's like, it's like, guys, shut up. Like everything is
Right, so
like,
that-
oh my
that's
gosh,
real
we're
hard.
referencing Akira in Sailor Moon. Yeah, just the transformations in the bike scene. Like, you guys don't even watch the shows, do you? It's very obvious.
Yeah, the most that complain don't even read or watch it, and they don't spend money
it's really
on it.
funny.
So it's like, yes,
you know,
so they're like, shut up.
the what I am not Starfire person that wanted to do
Oh my God.
like the
Ugh.
writer and so forth. If you notice in the background, the whatever Starfire daughter or whatever has a Sailor Moon poster because they took references off of there, and people start questioning it because it's like, why is it that everybody who has these like body positive characters and everything always have them to be the biggest fans of Sailor Moon, one of the most anorexic looking mofos of all time?
I know, yeah.
Yeah, she was a pig, but
Yeah.
she looked like she could fit into a she could fit into a bikini like it was no problem.
For some reason I was gonna say she could fit into a clown car.
Yeah, like it's like, guys, what the hell? Because everybody complain, like they're always talking about that, but then never talk about Sailor Moon. So it's like, you guys are hypocrites.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just had a rant about that. But
That's
it's like,
fine. That's fine.
artwork, I think your artwork is amazing. I think both of your artists are fantastic. I think your characters are great, and I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
it.
Speaking of randomly, but I had to make a statement on my Twitter, or I put it on my Twitter profile text wise. Make it clear, I am not the artist, okay? Because people keep saying it. I'm like, please, guys, because if you put your attention to me, you're not putting that attention to those artists that deserve it more than me. And they're like, you know, and sometimes it happens. These people, they think that, oh, they get all the credit. I'm like, so guys, I just write concept this stuff. I don't draw this. These guys are the real heroes. They do like at least 50-60% of the legwork here.
I'm gonna honestly say, more writers need that humility. Humility, is that the word I'm thinking of? Yes, they need that.
Yeah, humility. Yeah, you can use humility.
Yeah, or humbleness. You're a good man, and I'm looking forward to more work that you do. Just always let us know. Let us know when the first issue comes out. I'm gonna be very excited to go and read it.
Yeah, I always keep constantly updating people, like kind of like a bit of my quote unquote. Before I did my crowdfund training, it's always a good idea to always update people on what's going on,
Yeah.
even maybe outside of your campaign.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. And by the way, thank you so much for coming.
Yeah.
right
I
now.
did not expect I cried on this stream, but I had to let the emotions out.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I
Yeah,
didn't mean
it
to
just
make
kind of
you
happened.
cry.
It just happened. It's
Don't
not your
worry.
fault. It just happened.
Don't worry, the next time you come on, you will not cry. Okay, that's a lie. We probably will try to make you cry just because.
Yeah, the first again. Yeah, the first. Speaking of like the first, yeah, like Skinny talk about the indie books. I think the first. Oh man, the first indie book I actually read like legit was Cody's Jack Irons. I think that was the first indie book I
Jack
actually read.
Irons! Dude,
I think like yeah, like I said, Jack Irons, Deathsworn, Brett's Changeling. You know Changeling and
Changeling! Yeah, we just had him
and yeah, and speaking of too, like real
Yeah.
quick, it was that like I got so mad at Kickstarter because they kept declining all my card purchases, and then Brett was like, it was like he grabbed my shoulder like virtually, he's like,
Yeah.
bro, I got you, I'll give you a free issue for issue 2, and I'm like, are you serious?
Nice! What a good bro, man!
And then
Nice.
and then yeah, no, because we've been friends since like we did the Werewolf the Apocalypse campaign together. So he did his comic first, and I kind of followed suit. So we're kind of and I am doing a commission of like him of Clayman and Maeve together.
Aww.
After he got his campaign goal.
Yeah. I may one day have to ask if I could draw a crossover picture of Clayman and my characters.
Yeah, I even made a meme with your cat character. I think what was it? It was like oh get something Clayman right now, like support Clayman right now.
But I meant specifically my comic.
Yeah.
Character, yeah.
I kept like jokingly asking like, oh, can you please draw Clayman? Can you please draw Clayman? Man, because like I could be wrong. I even almost asked you to do a side comic one time, but that might have been a long time ago.
Yeah, I could have.
Back
I
in,
am
like,
so severely
2019.
ADHD, so I easily forgot. So
Yeah, me too.
never be afraid to always pester me and poke me with a stick. I will forget things. I'm sorry. I have my editor now helps with that. He takes a stick and he pokes me a lot, and he's like,
yeah,
"Go
I had
this
to.
way."
Me myself, I have an editor and then an assistant editor. Like those two are the to me personally, those two are the best editors I've ever worked
I know.
with.
Dude,
yeah, it was
having a great editor is the best.
Yeah, it's crazy too because like my editor Mercy, he does music. He's doing his own comic with his character Thorn, and he's let's see. I already said he does music. Yeah, he did the first theme for Clayman, and what else? And I think that's it. Yeah, he also inks and colors and shades and stuff from time to time with my art pieces. Like I ask him, and he does pretty solid.
Nice, dude. This is all just really good. I'm so proud of you, man. I'm so happy. Like, and I can't wait for more people. Like, see those guys. We could just make our own comics. Screw the mainstream. Screw the industry. Corporate.
We've got to have money, but with a purpose.
You
to
would
sell,
love my friends.
to give it back.
I'm not into corpos, so I'm just very into making my own stuff. So yeah, I'm very excited that everybody's like doing their own stuff, making these amazing comics. It's like we're so creative. Screw people not gonna be creative. We're gonna be creative. We're gonna make our fun stuff. We're gonna make series that are just awesome. People are gonna love them, and people are gonna be like, what? So yeah, that's our thing, and I love it. I love everything about it. But once again, thanks for coming on. And I'm sorry I made you cry.
No, it's just like, again, the emotions just hit, and I'm like, I realized that, yeah, I could be doing this in the future, like...
just for Xander, I'm gonna do something.
Anyone needs to Clay's head. There's another cat character Maeve has. Imagine if the two cats tried to sit on Clay's head, like, that'd be funny.
He actually Maeve actually does have Cat Wonder. on there. I
Yeah,
remember
well,
the
yeah.
cat
It was
under
a, it was
is
a plush. It was a plush.
Yeah,
Right?
it's a Hello Kitty. It's the Hello Kitty of the universe. There you go.
Let's see. Have you ever heard of Joaquin Juan Vasquez, Invader Zim? I know him. Yeah,
Yeah,
nerds
Tony
ask
the
it.
Homicidal Maniac and all that stuff.
Oh man, I saw that and I was like, wait a minute. He did that before he did Zim? Like,
Yeah, that's where they picked him up.
I don't mind it. I don't mind it. It's a great
Yeah.
comic. I was just like, man, he wasn't afraid to go dark before he went
know.
a little
You should
more
see the
lighthearted.
pilot.
Easy bit.
Yeah, Nickelodeon asked him to make a comic for them, and he said, "You know what I do, right?" He was confused.
It's like, no, your style's perfect for Nickelodeon. You got to join
Yeah.
us. It's like, okay, I'll give you a shot. I'll give it a
The
shot.
pilot was still too raunchy for them. I think that the story goes the real reason that Invader Zim was canceled because it, one, didn't appeal to the young demographic they wanted and instead appealed to an older demographic, and two, the creator didn't want to do it because he was so restricted. Because they wouldn't let him do all the dark stuff that he likes. So he was like, this ain't working out.
I think my favorite bit from Vader Zim has to still be the snowman with putting the little boy under the bed. That one's
Oh my
favorite.
gosh, yes.
And again, fun fact. Apparently that dialogue the kid says was actually from one of the chairmen from Nickelodeon, like, disagreeing with what the creator was doing with Zim, at least in the Christmas special, and it's like, no, we're still gonna do it. We're just gonna
The
make
most
fun of
horrible
you.
Christmas ever. It's just stupid funny. I love it.
We did
I love
Happy Tree
Minnie
Friends too?
Moose.
What?
Minnie Moose was in that, and I was bawling laughing because of that stupid floating moose. Minnie Moose! Oh yes, that's Minnie Moose. He's been here forever. He's been here the whole entire time, totally.
Yeah. I think if anyone asks what my favorite Happy Tree Friends character has to be, it has to be was it Slappy? Yeah, the guy with the PTSD, that guy.
Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah, I really like.
Well, yeah,
honestly,
Zim still got really, really dark. Because reminder that Zim filled himself up with human organs,
Yeah.
and then it became literal freaking meat.
Yeah, but the thing is,
Now-
it could get darker because that's what he writes. He wrote a ton of stories I've always wanted to kind of read, but it's very hard to find because he was making these comics when I was like really young. Like I was 14 and I lived in Utah in the middle of bum nowhere, so there were no comic book shops, so you couldn't get anything. But my friends would share. My friends would share pictures and stuff. They're like, no, he draws this stuff, and that's how But I managed to get into Foamy the Squirrel, which I think is made by not by him. It's made by somebody that used to work under him or something like that. That's why their art styles are kind of identical. That's what I recall. And that guy, he does a lot of Twitch streams now, and he goes on as a pumpkin puppet. It's great. He does this funny stuff with it. He's very funny.
Yeah. Honestly, I said it too, like, as a joke, but we need more comic book Twitch streamers, because I don't know, it just kind of, like I said, it just kind of works, you know? The synergy of, like, having two audiences, like, oh, I'm a gamer, and then, oh, I can talk about comics too at the same time. It just is really nice, you know?
Oh, yeah, I freaking love it, dude. I also freaking love it when, like, you can play video games or something in the background and just talk about the new comic or something, like, you know,
Yeah, exactly.
There's a lot of crazy people. We're gonna find our way, man. We're gonna find our way. Shoot, it's been like an hour. I don't want to keep you. I also probably have to.
Well, I got nothing else to do today, so
Yeah.
I literally, aside from dinner, I literally got nothing else to do today, so.
Dude, it's like 9 o'clock where you are. You gotta eat sometime.
Nah.
I don't want to starve you.
Okay, I am hungry. Okay, I'll give you that.
Well,
Oh yeah,
Either
I was
way,
gonna say
I got-
one last thing too.
Yeah.
It's like, if I've been trying, to put Clayman in Newgrounds, because Skinny's talking about that too in Newgrounds,
Newgrounds.
and I'm trying, I'm trying to be respectful, give credit where credit's due to my artists, stuff like that. Just like, I'm not afraid to do it, okay, because if Tom Fulpert's artist is like, oh, this, you gotta put it down, I'll put it down, but like, I don't know, I just like, I put in Rob's art in, like Clay's civilian persona, and I'm like, I don't know, it just didn't garner enough attention.
It is.
And I do have a Newgrounds too, so.
yeah, Newgrounds, you gotta keep posting stuff. I post every
Okay,
so
yeah.
often. A few friends of mine, they do have Newgrounds and they just keep posting. But also, there's like, it's a great place though. So yeah,
I don't want to spam, but
Yeah,
it'd be
no,
maybe do like maybe what is it, like 4 to 6 pics a day would be good.
yeah,
I
maybe
guess.
or once a day. You know, like every day you post something, it's gonna be bound to be seen. Like that's a
Okay,
thing.
okay. I'll do that. I'll try that. Yeah, I'll try that.
And you know, interact with people. That's another way. Is like definitely talking and having fun with others and just chatting with them. Like a lot of interaction helps you get further into it because you know it's like a close knit family. Newgrounds is a very close knit family, but yeah. I also
I need to get more in though.
All right. I heard a while back there was a comment about who needs to refill their change their batteries. It's me. I'm gonna go and change that battery.
Yeah. Newgrounds is because like unlike at least like in terms like between YouTube and Newgrounds is still around, yes, but I feel like they still kept the good warming community-esque thing. Unlike YouTube, it's kind of a toxic cesspool, you know, or at least in terms at least of the creators, because Tom is still a Chad.
Yeah, he is.
And we got some virgins running around with what was her Leslie something or Lindsay I don't know her name. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that girl. I think I know what you're talking about, but mostly
the CEO for YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, her. The thing is, Newgrounds will never change, and that's really important. Like, people have tried to cancel people that are on Newgrounds or worked on Newgrounds and stuff, and it's like it never works because here's the thing: Newgrounds is all about artists. We don't care. Like they'll literally post whatever. There's only been like one time they've ever taken down something because it was like too soon from a tragedy and stuff, and that was the only reason. But
that's about it. The only bad stuff I remember from Newgrounds was unfortunately this kid that made this animation, and then it kind of they had to take it down because it backtracked to him.
Because it was right after the incident, like 3 days later, and I think there's a whole entire documentary interview about Tom Philp, and I think he still states he doesn't know if he did the right decision in that, and I'm like, it sucks, like, but he took it down because it was too soon, and he didn't want to deal with that. I don't know if he ever let it back on, but yeah, like, it's understandable. Yeah,
it was a real tragedy. I didn't expect, you know, look, again, it doesn't matter what form of media you have, like, if you're an animator and artist, like, because, again, I feel bad because, like, you know, what was it? That kid, the last thing he ever did with his kind of, like, life, and he had to do that, and then the day after, and I was like, oh, it was such a tragedy, you know? Because, like, if I just want to say, and I apologize, like, a little grim, he basically, he shot up a school, and then he ended up killing himself, like, very unfortunate, you know? He animated it, he planned it, and then, like, he did it, unfortunately.
Oh, he animated it and planned it on Newgrounds. Now, I'm going to state this.
Yeah, and then he did it the day after.
I bet everybody was trying to blame Newgrounds, and it's like, dude, everybody does it on
YouTube. It was not Newgrounds' fault. Nobody did anything. He was just kind of like, that was more of the background IRL issues he had, you know?
Some people, like, you can't start, like, everybody's going to fight it. Like, things happen, like YouTube, there's been like 5 killers that have literally wrote their manifestos on YouTube. There was one that wrote it on Facebook. It's like, you're gonna make so if you're gonna say we have to cancel Newgrounds, it's like, why don't you cancel those first? But I'm just saying that
those guys first.
Crazies are crazies. But you want to know what? Newgrounds is wonderful. Newgrounds is great. Yeah. Newgrounds is beautiful. I think everybody should try and get a Newgrounds. Don't ever demand them to do anything.
Because because I'm like, because like when Newgrounds is like, look, we'll think of, you know, updates respectfully, and, you know, they do some good updates and all that, but yeah, don't try to force them to do anything. They're just gonna reject your stuff.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, oh, we have to censor stuff. It's like, they will literally post to anybody that's like, nobody cares. Like, shut the hell up. I never want that place to change because this is the last beacon of art
Yeah, they have it. They have a. I'll be. I'm not a non-safe for work guy, but man, they have a really good non-safe for work community.
Yeah, they also Tom's been heavy about building up a whole entire plethora of all the old games and making sure they have backups because of Flash's like discontinuation.
Yeah, I know, and I'm like, I'm still very much like disappointed that I can't play these Flash games. Because Adobe, Flash like died off like almost a year ago.
I will send you. There is actually somebody did make a bunch of people have made like Flash compendiums, and they'll have a list of thousands of games like Q-Op and a bunch of others on this.
Yeah, sure. Send me the link after the show. I could do that. Yeah.
Okay, well, I better wrap it up anyway because I've been holding you ransom, and I apologize, but
I gotta eat the burgers.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm Nerd Wonder. And this is my channel, and we were talking to Mr. Badass here, Super Badass, which is Claylex, and most of his stuff, you sent me a bunch of links before, they should be down below on this info. I'll, if they're an explosion, I'll fix them, but yeah, it should have his Twitter, I never put in the Discord, because I was worried that a bajillion people would come on in, and then just, like,
and raid my Discord.
I'd rather that never happened to people. But
I never went through a major raid on either of my Discord, so I'm okay.
Let's hear. It should have his Twitter. It has his Patreon. It has his 2 crossover comics. It's got everything. The whole kit and caboodle. His Twitch channel. His YouTube channel. He's an amazing guy that's been everywhere and anywhere. Is there anything you would like to say to the wonderful people watching?
I just want to say thanks everyone that took up with me tonight for my crying. I just want to thank everyone for enjoying my content. I want to thank everyone too who financially supported me. You guys understand that I use the money not of like, sometimes I use out of pocket, but I use the money to my artists and my team and everyone else. So I use it responsibly. So thank you for that. And I just want to thank you for everybody for listening to me tonight. So thank you.
Thank you very much for coming on. And I guess I'll see you all around. And I hope you'll come back on again, Claylex.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Hell yeah. Alright then, I'll see you all in the chat later.